today we are in the Scottish borders with the lovely Mark, and he's going to be telling us all about his beautiful flamingo flock.
We've been here for 5 years. We're still not established, there's a lot to do, but we're progressing all the time. We have volunteers come in to help us with the gardens and look after the birds and feeding them. There's a lot of chopping of carrots to be done. In the wild, flamingos eat algae and shrimp, which contain certain carotenes which give them the pink and orange colours. So our flock, in the commercially produced flamingo food, has the carotenes in it, which has the same effect. And now the last thing that starts to colour up is their head, and the very last thing is their eyes. So these flamingos are Chilean flamingos. So in the wild, their natural environment's quite similar to what we have here in the Scottish borders. So they're not feeling chilly or anything like that, just Chilean. Because the thing you need to know about a flamingo flock is it can't breed unless there are at least 40 individuals. So in captive flocks, if for whatever reason their numbers fall below 40, the flock won't breed anymore. So that flock is then endangered. So lots of flocks, captive flocks of Chilean flamingos are currently in danger because there's less than 40 of them. So Owen came up with this plan that we could hatch the late laid eggs that otherwise wouldn't have survived and hand rear them, because in the winter there's not enough sunlight for them to produce enough vitamin D. So this is Owen. Owen, do you want to come over and say hi?
Owen, it's Rosie, nice to meet you.
We were just talking about the captive flocks of flamingos and how different institutions work together to make sure that all of the flocks, none of the flocks, fall below that critical 40 birds mark.
But also you need to mix flocks up and share genetics. You can't have a flock breeding in on itself. You need to keep moving birds and genetics around to keep it vibrant. Mind yourselves.
So how did you get into looking after these birds?
So these birds were laid in another institution, and they were laid quite late in the year. So the problem with being laid late is you're going to hatch late, and with decreasing sunlight because you're heading into autumn, it means there's not enough vitamin D being produced in the skin from sunlight, from UVB, which of course when you've got legs that are that delicate, the bone formation calcium equation's got to be perfect. So if the eggs are laid too late, there's a very good chance that chick's not going to thrive. So they came here as late laid eggs, turned into late hatched chicks, and we now have some juvenile flamingos. It's great.
So it's been a fantastic day here at Bird Garden Scotland, and what a day to be out in the borders. Thanks very much for having us.